This is John Black, Super Chemist, here to do an easy video about how to get mineral oil. It's just how to get, not how to make. So, mineral oil is just basically higher alkanes. So, if you need a source of alkanes, um, this is a good thing to do. Like if you want to crack them down into smaller alkanes. You know what I mean? You can do that with this. Um, I think the lowest number of carbons is 9, so nonane would be the lowest boiling point, alkane in there. That boils at about 150 Celsius. So, if that's the lowest boiling point one, this probably boils at, I don't know, 250, maybe even 300 Celsius. I have no clue. I never boiled it. But I do know it's at least higher than 150, right? So some people use this as an oil bath when they do distillations or stuff like that. I personally, it's so expensive, I use vegetable oil, like that you make French fries with, you know what I mean, or something like that. I just use that, but then it stinks your house up like French fries. So, now this is the same thing as baby oil. Wish I would have known this when I had babies, or even when I was younger, because back in the day, before people cared about the sun ruining their skin, women and girls used to put baby oil on their skin to go sunbathing, and it stinks the same way when you got a baby. If you use it on your baby, baby oil stinks. I don't understand why they would put that stink in there. What's the purpose in that? It's disgusting. You could just use this mineral oil instead, and not have that stink. Now, if you do buy baby oil instead of mineral oil, try to get, as usual, try to get the cheapest stuff. Hypoallergenic, no perfumes, nothing added to it. I don't suggest to do it as long as you can get this. I mean, yeah, it's more expensive, but I don't know, just I don't like that smell, I guess. I get mine at CVS. You can see right there, CVS product. Let me tell you, I don't know about any other CVS store, but the CVS store that I went to near me, they're the most helpful people in the world. You just go up and ask them. Usually they're busy. They're never behind the counter. But it's a small store usually, so it's easy to find somebody because they're usually stocking the shelf or something like that. And you ask them, they'll take you by the hand over to the product, and they'll pick it up and put it into your hand. They don't just say, hey, it's over somewhere around there. They literally go get the item for you and give it to you. So kudos for that, at least for the CVS near me. You can probably get this in any other drugstore. It doesn't have to be CVS. Probably have this in Walmart or lots of other places. I noticed that hardware stores, they usually have mineral spirits. I never really see any mineral oil, although they might have it there too. But I just go straight to CVS because it looks nice and clean. And I'm just used to that. I use this basically, there's only one thing I use it for, and that's, although I would like to do some cracking on them, but what I use them for is to store some sodium. I make my sodium, I add in extra sodium hydroxide. That way when it gets done, it solidifies into a brick or a disc at the bottom of the can, and then I can just get a screwdriver or a knife and put the screwdriver in there and pound it so it cracks into little pieces, or actually big pieces, and then I can have big pieces there. And I just throw them into the mineral oil. Now this isn't totally 100% pure. It's definitely pure for this, everything I mentioned so far. It does have some water in it. I think at least 0.5%. By weight, because this was bubbling when I put the sodium in it, so it's bubbling for a reason. There must have been some water in there, but I think it is pretty pure, as in, other than the water, it also has some kind of what is it? Di-alpha iso. I can't even read because I ain't got my glass. Di-alpha tocopherol as a preservative. Probably has a very, very small amount of it. I have no clue how much. But if you're making some sodium or you want it for an oil bath, or you want to try cracking higher alkanes down with the smaller alkanes or smaller alkenes, you can use this. You can see how nice and clear it is. It's crystal clear. It's like water. But that's pretty much all I have to say about mineral oil. Like I said, the lowest higher alkane that can be in there is a nonane, which is 9 carbons, and that's pretty much it. I didn't make this sodium because I had to redo my ether, so I let it sit too long, and I was like, man, I bet there's a bunch of peroxides in there. So I redid it again, and I'm going to use a sodium. I'm going to put it into the ether and finally make my Grignard reagent. So that'll be 3 days from now, because I just put some molecular sieves in there. I'm going to let it sit for 3 days. And I'm going to use it right away because I do not want to clean it a second time after, that's a waste of time. You use it when you make it like that. And my cellulose nitrate video, the gun cotton, nitrocellulose, whatever you want to call it. Right now I'm drying it out. I just dried it out. So I don't know how long it's going to take to dry, maybe 4 or 5 days at longest. I'm hoping just a couple days. Then I can get that video out of the way, get that done, and maybe light a couple little strips off or whatever. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and always remember, science is great.